Hello everybody, welcome to a train simulator video. Today we shall be driving the Northern Rail Class 156 Sprinter from Appleby to Carlisle. So the first thing we need to do is turn off the pause menu, and the next thing we need to do is open the doors to let our passengers on. And we're just going to enter the front cab now. We're going to turn on our headlights by pressing H. We're going to press W to put the train into gear and cancel the AWS by pressing Q. Put it into neutral gear. We'll press I to turn on the instrument lights, and we just need to go to the front panel here, and we need to turn off our tail lights, if I can find the right one. There we go. And we need to turn on the destination display light, even though we don't have Carlisle on this train. We also need to turn on the marker lights, and as far as that goes, I think we are pretty much ready for departure. So the scenario we are playing is called a fair return, and it actually comes supplied with the Settle Carlisle route, and by default it runs with the Class 158. However, I've gone into the scenario editor and I've swapped it about for the Class 156, purely on the basis because the Class 156 is an easier train to drive than the 158, and also the headlights actually work on the Class 156 as opposed, whereas on the Settle Carlisle 158 you can only turn on the tail lights. Seems to be a bug in the train where you can't physically turn off the tail lights and turn the main train headlights on, and that bug I think has existed since the route release. So how Dovetail have missed that, I don't know, but so that's the main reason why I've swapped it out for a Class 156. And also the 156 has the Armstrong Powerhouse sound pack applied as well. So I'm just going to put the train into forward gear now. Just replying to the guard, and we are now ready for departure. So departing Appleby, the starting speed limit is 60 miles an hour. And we've got 10 miles to go to our first station stop at Appelby. Just got to keep an eye on the train speed now as we are going downhill a bit here. Just got advanced warning that our speed will be dropping down to 30 miles an hour. At the next signal, our speed will be increasing back up to 60 miles an hour. So I've put the train onto full power now and we can accelerate back up to 60 miles an hour. So I've just left the train in notch 4 at the moment, and that seems to be holding us quite nicely at about 59 miles an hour. Just watching the train speed here as the gradient seems to be dropping down a bit. Just going to cut the power now, and I'm going to prepare to slow down for our first station stop. want to be entering the platforms at no faster than anywhere between 25 and 30 miles an hour, as they are quite short on the Settle Carlisle route. Just popped a full service brake application on there. I think we just slightly overshot there. Yeah, our front doors just overshot the end of the platform there. So we can now depart Appelby, and our next station stop is Lazenby and Kirkswold, which is in about 4 miles time. The 156 does come with its own passenger view. And on the inside you have an advert for, I think it's for the Ecclesbourne Valley Railway. Just down at the table you've also got some train tickets down here. Past another Class 66 with an oil tanker train. Just going to start slowing down now for our next stop. We'll just stop at about here. So here we are at Lazenby and Kirkoswald. So our next stop is Armouthwaite in about 5 miles. Just going to start slowing down for armour freight now. So just let the train coast at the moment. Start applying the brakes now. So departing armour freight, we've now just got about 9 miles to go before our final stop at Carlisle. So the Class 156s were built by Metro Camel at Washwood Heath in Birmingham between 1987 and 1989, and these units were introduced to replace the veteran slam door diesel multiple units and a number of services which were still being operated at the time by locomotive-hauled diesel trains, primarily up in Scotland, where the Class 37s worked at quite a number of services. I myself have been on quite a number of Class 156s, as they are quite local to my furnace line from Barrow. And I'm actually very fond of the Class 156s. They are very reliable units, and they always get you from A to B safely and nice and comfortably as well. The Settle Carlisle route for Train Simulator is quite old, and its age does show, and it doesn't have any super elevation in the curves, nor are there any occlusions in the tunnels, which makes the light go dark when you drive through the tunnels. But apart from that, I feel that the route itself has aged quite well, and I think it's still worth picking up if, in case you're interested in buying it. And it's actually part of the Train Simulator Classics DLC on Steam, so I think that means that the price has dropped down on it. It used to retail at the standard $24.99. But I'm not quite sure how much it retails at now. I think it's around £10. And as well as getting the Class 158 and Class 66, you also get the Class 37 with it as well. The 37 also coming in EWS livery. And there's also a twin pack available for it, which includes the Class 31 in BR Green, and I think also there's 2 steam locomotives that come with the route as well by default. I've only ever travelled on the Settle Carlisle line once. Just strictly between Settle and Carlisle. I haven't been on a service all the way up from Leeds, and the trains I had that day were actually 4 single car Class 153s hooked up together, going to Carlisle, and then coming back we had a Class 156. Though primarily these days you will see Class 158s and working either on their own or in combination with Class 153 units, especially during high season when the trains are usually formed of either 4 or 3 car sets. You'll notice also that the Settle Carlisle route also has TPWS grids. However, in the route itself, for Train Simulator, these are not active, as they are on the East Coast Main Line, London to Peterborough, and the Glasgow to Edinburgh route as well. I believe West Coast Main Line Trent Valley also has active TPWS installed as well. Just got to power up a little bit, as we do seem to be losing quite a bit of speed, though the HUD is indicating that the gradient is dropping, so just have to keep a close eye on the train speed here. Going to put the train into full service now, so we need to slow down for a drop to 20 miles an hour. And we've also just encountered a single yellow aspect, so the next signal could possibly be at danger, so I'll have to keep an eye out for that as well. And I'm just preparing to stop the train now, as the signal ahead is still displaying a red aspect. So I'll just stop the train now. I'll put the train into neutral gear, and I've just applied the driver reminder appliance to stop us from taking power whilst the signal is displaying red. And I believe we have to wait for a class 158 to clear our allocated platform, which it's just moving out now, as we can see from the track monitor. I also believe at this point we have been joined by the double track line from Newcastle, which has a regular train service provided by Northern Rail, and currently at the moment the service operates using class 156s and class 142s. I think I can see some movement up at the front, and the 158 is just coming down now, so any moment the signal should clear to a single yellow aspect. So the signal is just cleared to a green aspect, so we can now proceed towards Carlisle. And even though our speed has just jumped up to 50 miles an hour, we're not going to be speeding up to that because the speed is about to drop back down again to 20 miles an hour. The AWS warning was for this single yellow aspect signal, and we are being routed into platform 5 at Carlisle. At this point we join up with the West Coast Main Line from London Euston, and also on the far left we are also joined by the Cumbrian Coastline from Barrow. Carlisle has 8 platforms which all see regular use. Platforms 1, 3 and 4 are through roads and they are signalled bidirectionally, with platforms 2, 5, 6, 7 and 8 being bay platforms. And here we are at Carlisle. So I'm just going to shut the train down now. And so there we are, that's the scenario completed. So we only had about 3 speeding errors there. But apart from that, a very enjoyable scenario, nice easy scenario to do as well. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed watching it. If you'd like to stay up to date with the videos I do post up on YouTube, which are either train simulator videos or videos featuring trains, buses and trams in the real world, then please do feel free to subscribe. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter for further updates. So thank you very much for watching this video and take care.